All right, collectors, thanks for joining me today, November 26th, the Sunday after Black Friday for 2023. Again, thanks for joining me for the news that interested me and the pickups that I got throughout the week, through the mail, through the stores, and the news that interested me and might have interested you or informed you or entertained you. So let's get down to it. And the great part about this week, also a sad part, but a good part, is, it was a slow week, to tell you the truth. I mean, we're going to get into some of the other things as to why it didn't feel like a slow week, but it was a slow week. I mean, despite what other channels are saying, so much going on. No, there's not really that much going on in the toy news industry. I didn't really see anything new out there. What I did see is something else, and we'll get to that in a minute. But anyways, let's talk about some of the things that we picked up today, or I found in the mail. Let's start off with the deals, as we usually do. We'll start off with this deal. If you hadn't seen it, I picked this up over at TJ Maxx, and I put a video out this morning on it. Go check it out. I think it's is it 1/12 scale? Does it scale well with G.I. Joes? Go check out the video and you'll find out. $9 at TJ Maxx. Go out and see if you can find it. Watch the video and make your own judgment. Let me grab this deal from down here. You guys might have seen it in the video, but I found a couple of these. And one of them I sent to a good friend of the channel, Mr. Art G. And another one I kept to myself. The ultra hard to find, rare, much hullabalooed Viper 3-pack from Ross. Indeed, here it is. So yeah, I found these, priorities in life. I was at work Tuesday, and I said, what's more important, lunch or Vipers? So on my lunch break, I took 15 minutes out, went to a Ross and, went in there, did my quick scan and came right back out, and found myself a Viper set. Definitely more important to hunt for Vipers than to eat. No, I'm kidding. No, it's not. But anyways, I did that. And I got lucky. So anyways, I think I'll keep this one for myself, just because I want to, bulk up my Cobra army a little bit. So yeah, anyways, moving on from that, the other thing that came through the door, as a matter of fact, just a couple of hours ago, hot off the FedEx truck, the Cobra Copperhead Python Patrol and the Cobra Officer Python Patrol. Lots of hullabaloo about these. I've got the Trouble Bubbles showing up tomorrow. The Ronald McDonald gang here, showing up tomorrow. So we'll see how that goes. I'll review these as well. I think sometimes I think it's important to review them and go through the articulation. It's basic stuff that a lot of YouTubers do, but I think it's important. And I think it's important to take your time through the articulation, because regardless of hey, we've seen the Joe stuff, we see how it moves. It moves this way, that way, and that way. I don't think we should rush through it. I think really we should take our time as reviewers and walk you through it, because I've noticed a few times, even if it's the same buck, and even if we assume, what happens when you assume things, we find that there are subtle differences that can make or break a figure tremendously. So again, I wasn't a huge fan of that. The Crimson Alley Viper, boy, that disappointed me. Broke my heart, because I really wanted to like that thing, and then it just blew up on me. We thought we were using the same buck as the original Alley Viper, but it was slightly different. There were some things that were not okay on it. So anyways, moving on from that, I also picked up, and I've done a review on General Hawk, I got him from Target. I just asked the lady if she could go back nicely and check, and she did, and we got him. The other thing we picked up, where is he? Where is he? Or did I already do a review on him? Which was the other one? 1 second. Well, we did a review on Shockwave, and I'll put a picture of him right here. I don't have the box. I guess I must have chunked it out. But we also got Shockwave through the door, and just make believe that I took the box, here it is, and set it down. The other thing that came through the mail, actually, no, this one I asked nicely, and it was, provided to me as well, is Ripper. So I just asked nicely. The lady went in the back. She picked me up a Ripper, and there we are. Gosh, 1 second. I gotta grab the other stuff from back there that I'm gonna show you guys. The other thing that came through the door that I'm excited about, and I'm excited to get into, lots of Joes this week. Gosh. Is Roadblock by Mezco Toys. I'm excited to get into this one. I've been waiting on this, it feels like, for about 3 years now. 3 years, Mezco. Oh gosh, I hope it was worth the wait. I really do. Please, 3 years on that. The other thing that I picked up through the door was the Duke Ram cycle. I really just wanted it for the figure, although what I'll probably do as well is customize the bike, just because, I just can't stand those Tiger Force colors on that bike. But it is what it is. Tiger Force were bright colors to attract kids' eyes to it. I was a little bit older by then, so I thought the colors were a little bit over the top by then, but I still picked up a couple every now and then whenever I'd see them or whatever. So that's pretty much it. Like I said, it's a light haul this week. Light haul. Oh, there is one more thing, but I'll be releasing that video tonight. Like I said, I committed to 3 videos today, and we'll get that done. So I'll be releasing that video tonight, and it is of a pretty awesome 1/12 vehicle that I found at a liquidation store, and it should be hitting now. Maybe you guys found it before me, but it's at a liquidation store, and it's very cheap. To me, it's a very cheap thing to pay as compared to some of the prices we're getting from some of these other manufacturers in the hundreds of dollars. I didn't pay anywhere near that. It's a beautiful looking vehicle, and I don't have to assemble it, and I don't have to customize it. I should be able to just slide that figure right in there, and it's good to go. So stay tuned for that. Later tonight, I'll post it up, see if you guys like it, and we'll go from there. All right, time for the news. All right, collectors, it's time for the news, and let's talk a little bit about why it feels like there's a lot going on. And I noticed this over the past 4 or 5 days. I've literally gotten sick. I've had it. I'm fed up with all of the freaking emails coming to me from Hasbro, Big Bad Toy Store, Target, Entertainment Earth, Walmart, Best Buy, GameStop, Amazon, Nerdzoic, everybody and their grandma sending me or pushing me to buy crap I don't need. I'm sorry, it's not crap, it's toys. I get it, but I've got what I needed throughout the year. Maybe it feels like they're really pushing this year, and I guess that's because they haven't met their quotas, and it's probably because people are tightening their belts. It's probably because the economy is slowing down a bit. It's probably because inflation is up a little bit. It's probably because there's no more free money from the government. It's probably because people got to get their butts back to work. So, interest rates are up. The economy's not doing so great. profit margins are down. Collectors are selling off a bunch of stuff on eBay. Now, I think collectors are selling off a bunch of stuff on eBay, for the reasons I said. And people I think during the pandemic, people got into it. And then I think, collections ebb and flow, right? For a while you're into a specific thing and then you're not into a specific thing anymore. Your tastes change. You might find a different hobby that you want to, trade in or trade out of to get into a different hobby. There's nothing telling you have to be a toy collector your entire life. You can switch it out every now and again. Now, if you happen to fall back in love with it after a while, that's fine. For me, I've been in love with this hobby now for 30, 40 years. I never stopped, but I did definitely when my kids were younger and my whole entire life focus was on my children. I mean, not to say that it's not now, but they're older now. They're adults. When they were younger, it wasn't about me anymore. It was about ensuring that my children had every absolute thing that they needed in order to be successful. But anyways, back to the situation. I'm kind of fed up with all of the sales and pushing us to buy stuff. And I'm going to tell you guys, there's no need for you guys to feel a certain way and to feel compelled to buy stuff if you don't need it. If you're just buying it because it's a deal and you already have it, I mean, I would definitely sit down and say, what are the pros to this? What do I really need this for? Do I really need it? Give yourself a minute, maybe 30 minutes to buy it. And in between then, if it sells out, great. If it doesn't sell out and you still have a want for it, take a little bit of a time out, see if you still want it, and then purchase it if you like. But don't feel compelled to make sure that these companies get in the black. Do what's right for your family. Do what's right for yourself. Do what's right for your hobby. It just feels a certain way because everybody's pushing to try and get as much money out of us as possible. But don't feel compelled to do that. Be smart about it. And the smarter we are, the bigger sales there'll be in January. Be 50, 75% off. We'll be seeing more crap at Ollie's. So anyways, but in all seriousness, don't feel compelled to fall for that stuff. And I really felt, at first I was like, oh, great, some sales, like the first 10 emails. Oh, okay, some sales. But then when I started into the 25th, the 30th, the 50th, gosh darn email, I about had it. I was about to put a bunch of these companies on unsubscribe. Anyways, moving on from that. It feels really pushy. It felt like a greedy grab. It felt like a greedy cash grab at the end, right? Trying to make us feel responsible to buy stuff from them when really we don't need to. Save your money. I mean, what's the worst that can happen? You save it for another day. You save it, for a rainy day. Anyways, moving on from that. Let's talk about some toys. Mafex put out some new action figures, ROBOCOPs with an S, the Joker, and the only one I'm interested in, Luke Skywalker from the Mandalorian version. They're all $100 on Big Bad Toy Store or thereabouts. If you go to HobbyLink Japan, I think you can get them for $79. But then there's like $15, $20 shipping. So sometimes it's, 2 dozen a dime or the other, or whatever they say. It's just going to be, it kind of washes out in the end. You might save a couple dollars if you go to HobbyLink Japan, and might get a little bit early. That's one of the other companies I go to. The other thing that popped up, or that's very, very tempting to get, because as a child, I used to watch this, show. The first time I watched this show, it was, you remember they used to put that filter and you weren't able to watch if you didn't pay for HBO, it was like some kind of filter that would go doot, 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 and it would make the screen black and white and pulsate. I don't know if anybody remembers that, but that's the first time I saw this, and that's Fraggle Rock. I remember I asked my parents, hey, can we please get HBO? Because I want to watch Fraggle Rock. I really wanted to watch it. I think it was on HBO. I can't remember where it was, or Cinemax. I can't remember which one it was, but my parents finally relented and say, fine, we'll get it for a little while, if that, and I was grateful to have it, and I really loved that show. It was really good. So I'm fighting the urge to get it because they're $40 figures, and yeah, I don't know if the value's there for me. So, but they really hold a place in my heart. These little Fraggles, I enjoyed them as a child. So, moving on. The Robo Skull, if anybody had ordered that, they've put another update out. This is, they put out their test shot. I think it's their first test shot, and they have some feedback. The first production run of this stuff, or the first test production run, they're going to do some tweaks to it to get it just right, to refine it for us. One of the viewers on the channel suggested this to me. I saw it, and this oozes, this thing oozes 80s nostalgia. And also, there is no other vehicle that my Destro would be happier in than this. So I ordered this, part of the funding for it, and I hopefully will get it sooner rather than later. Very excited for it. Executive replicas, the same guys that brought us Vampirella, Hell Witch, Red Sonja, put out another solicitation for Grendel and the Rocket Man and Flag Dude. I don't know. The only one out of these three I'm interested in is Grendel, because I used to read a couple of his comics. The rest of them, I think Grendel even did a crossover with Batman at one point, and Grendel was like, I'm not messing with that dude no more. Batman proved a little bit too tough for him, although I think Grendel still got, his way. But anyways, the only one that interests me is Grendel. The rest of them are like, meh. That cat looks kind of cool though. But anyways, moving on. McFarlane, the James Brown of toys. This guy, just when I thought I was out of a lot of the McFarlane collector stuff, he pulls me back in with this Wonder Woman. Boy, he sure knows what he's doing. I'm good. There's a platinum version like this one, and then there's the regular version, like the one I just had up a minute ago. I think I like the regular version better, just because it's what I see in my head when I picture Wonder Woman, rather than the platinum version, which is, I think, the one in, Justice League. That one's not really what I pictured, and it's just subtle. It's ever so subtle. It's the blue wristbands and the yellows over the gold. Anyways, he also put out a Platinum Owlman, and guess what? It's our old nemesis Walmart exclusive. Good luck finding that. Although lately, I've been finding chases like crazy over at my Walmart. It's about the only thing that they have, because boy, they absolutely suck at stocking G.I. Joe Classified. The other thing McFarlane put out, and just when I thought I was out of the Warhammer game with McFarlane, they put out a Terminator suit and a Space Wolf. I'm not so big on the Corn Warrior, the Corn Chaos Marine, but I am big on, boy, that Terminator armor Space Marine. He's got to be a mega fig, because if you know anything about Warhammer, those Terminator armors are way, way bigger than regular Marines. So if it's a regular price thing, like $20, that's a huge steal. That's huge. I never thought I'd see that, or those figures in that size ever. And finally, for the last thing that interested me, was the NECA Murphy action figure. I mean, you can relive his last moments as a human and not a cyborg. Speaking of cyborgs, I finished him. I put him together, so that was fun. Everything fit fine except the cannon hand is a little loose, but for the most part, that one worked out really great. Thanks, McFarlane, for creating that figure. I appreciate it. I didn't appreciate you sticking the head over a year, and that Wonder Woman's awful. Anyways, I think it was that Wonder Woman that came with him. I don't know. But anyways, this back on focus here. Alex Murphy figure, I think I will purchase this one if I find it out there. Just because it's one of my quintessential 80s movies that I remember watching as a child. What parent in their right mind would let their kids watch such insanity? Hey, but look at us. Well, look at me. I think I turned out okay. You might ask my wife. I don't know. Hopefully I turned out pretty good. But anyways, yeah, I'll be picking that up. So, and finally, kind of as a wrap up, don't forget to enjoy this hobby, guys. This is, we're here trying to enjoy ourselves. Every now and then we get, a little bit, bent out of shape for whatever reason. But, it's important to put it all into perspective, right? Again, on Thanksgiving, give thanks for what we have and what we've been blessed with. I try my best to tell everybody, don't get bent out of shape by what people say or what people think. Don't get caught up in these toy tuber spats or tantrums. It's just tantrums, really. In the end, I do this hobby to bring a little joy into the world. It's really about bringing joy into the world. And if you're out there throwing a tantrum or getting upset or, throwing shade at somebody, I guess that's what my kids say. I don't know, throwing aspersions, I think is what it's called, or, criticizing somebody. Maybe you should find another hobby. I don't know. That's not what this is meant to do, right? It's meant to bring some joy into the lives of people, and it's meant to be a fun thing. With that said, these are just toys, but at the same time, so is everything else. Everything, like that is just a car. That is just XYZ. I think companies should take pride in the work that they do, in the work that they do to support their families, and the work that they do as a professional career. And I think we should expect from them to get quality product. In that vein, to say, hey, it's just a toy. Yeah, it is, but it's a thing that brings joy into people's lives. So take pride in that and do quality work. When we pay our money, we expect something in return, something of quality. I get a little bit, upset, but not really that upset when things don't work out. And I try to save you guys a couple of dollars if you clearly see that something's broken or done incorrectly. But again, I get over that, and I get over it quick, because there's hundreds of thousands of other toys that are out there to enjoy. So number one, I always have to remind myself, I'm in this hobby to have fun. If I'm not having fun in this hobby, I will shut this channel down. I will sell all my toys, and I'm out, because I don't need, work is enough stress. I don't need extra. This is fun for me, right? And it brings it brings joy into people's lives. So let's keep that in mind. Let's enjoy ourselves as a community, right? Let's have fun. Always remember, let's have fun. This is a hobby, and it's supposed to bring joy to us. So, guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for joining me on this journey. I appreciate everybody's support. Supremely grateful for everyone who has subscribed. Like I said, I'm so excited to bring you that last video later tonight. I think you're gonna love it. I can't wait for you guys to attack the particular liquidation store that I found this at, and see if you could find it. It's gonna be great. I hope you guys love it. So, thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for joining. Let's get to 1,000. Let's continue to grow the channel. Let's continue to have fun. Let's continue to ignore people throwing tantrums on the toy tubers. Stop throwing tantrums, guys. Stop it. I do it for the engagement. I do it for the fun. But at the same time, like I said, I expect companies to put out quality stuff. If not, don't sell it. So, All right, guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for joining me on this trip. And as always, as long as you guys keep watching, I'll keep rolling these out.